Hey guys, I don't know if anybody is in here yet. Okay, I see one person. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Mike. I have been away for a minute, but I'm back. So what is up? Let me drink some coffee. I gotta get my energy level up. This is way too low. What's happening, everybody? I am back from my trip. I don't think I've been here since then. I went on a South American trip for Wacom, and so I'm back now. Been back for a little while, but had some stuff to do. A whole lot of catching up to do. Went to Colombia, Argentina, Peru, and Mexico, and it was very, very dope. I got to meet a lot of cool students and people, and go to a bunch of different colleges, and it was beautiful. Food was amazing. So now I can get back and get to work. I think what I'm going to do today is pick up on the Black Panther. I just want to detail him up to the level of the Hulk. I got a long way to go, but it's good. Hey, what is up? Hey, there you go. There's some guys. How you doing, guys? Yeah, so like right now he is low. So let me just bring it back up again. There you go. All right, cool. So yeah, as you can see, I just kind of have him in the pose. Hello, hi from Turkey. I am got him in the pose, but he's real soft still. Not a whole lot of definition, not a whole lot of muscles. I also at some point am going to 3D print my Hulk. I don't know if you guys were here for the last few screams. It's October. Screams. But I printed my Zion statue, which is this guy. So if you've seen him, bear with me. If not, it was done on my Ender 5 filament printer, and he's pretty big. I think he's like 22 inches tall. So I tell you all that to tell you this. I want to print my Hulk. That means I need to cut and key him. And I think maybe what I'll do at the end of today's stream is maybe I'll start figuring out how I want to do that. Right? He's got super wide shoulders, so the cuts are going to be kind of obvious. I just want to make sure that I can fill them and not have it be too ugly on the seams. But you know, when you got something like this, where you have fabric breaks like his jersey and his pants and stuff like that, it was easy to hide the seams. Like I think I can even pop him off here. Yeah, so you can see, like I just want to engineer the cuts so that they're nice and clean and you don't see them. Like the foot, all that stuff was all separate. Anyway, that's Zion. I'm going to print the Hulk, but in the meantime, let me get some reference, get my water. Got my coffee. I got my reference. And I'm gonna get some books. Hey, how you guys doing? Tennessee, what's up? Let me just grab one more of my books here. Sorry, I have stuff everywhere. Love this book. I have a men's version of it too, somewhere. All right, somewhere. I don't know where it is though. So I'm just going to. Oh, I know where it is. It's right. It's right here. All right. So I got my reference. Let's open up PureRef. The tour was dope. Thank you. It was very cool. 2 weeks, 4 countries. Very. A whole lot of travel. A whole lot of speaking. I was doing a. What was it? An hour lecture, and then an hour of demo. And that was every day or twice a day. I don't know. It blurs together. It's a lot of talking. Whole lot of talking. Let's see. Reference. All right. So what I'm opening now is like the trap draw reference, but it's good anatomy, right? So I'll open that, and I'll also open my, you can see I got a lot of images here, a ton of them. I love reference. I love gold. So let's also open up another one. Let's see. And I can open Black Panther. I believe I have Black Panther as well. Load recent. Here it is. Load Black Panther. All right. So I got some Black Panther here. A little bit of everything. So I think what I'll do is move these over to my second monitor and then keep cranking on this guy. The pose that I kind of based this dude on, by the way, let me move this out of the way. If you have missed my previous streams, I don't know how many I've done on him, maybe 1 or 2. But the pose I based it on is, it's actually off of a couple, but I really love this kind of a look. Mine's not down that low, obviously. I took a couple different versions. I love this Texera painting. And this one. So I kind of took the 3 of these and ended up making a, you know, they're very similar but slightly different. So I kind of did that for my guy. And if I come over here, you can see that this is what I'm working with. If I put him into perspective, oh, he is in perspective. Yeah, so let's take him out. Yeah, he's a little more aggressive if I take him out of perspective. All right, so let's move this over here on this screen. If you're wondering, if you think, hey, Mike, something about you is different. You look a lot more kind of nerdy chic. It's because I got new glasses. I got some new glasses. Yeah, real nerdy. I like them. I was looking for the Tony Stark joints, but they didn't have them. Like, I wanted the really big, ridiculous glasses, but they did not have them at Pearl Vision, so I didn't buy them. All right, so let's move this reference over here. Actually, I want to keep this here, so I will make them smaller. And the only reason that the Hulk is up here is so, because I know you guys are like, yo, I'm tired of seeing that Hulk. He's up there because this is the level of detail that I want to get the Black Panther to. All right, so let's look at some reference here and keep it moving. Side effects, what's up? Hey Yarv, what's up, man? Do they give you the time you need to make 3D sculpts in Zbrush? How are you for illustration work? Who are they? Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about, brother? Let me know. Oh, I need my glove. Can't be get my screen all messy. Thank you, YouTube drama. Where'd my pen go? Oh, here it is. All right. Anybody that's wondering, I get questions about what I'm working on. I have a 32-inch Cintiq Pro that I'm working on, very low footprint, and I have a PC that I built. I actually just ordered a new graphics card, so that's exciting. I'm getting my first RTX. I got a 1080 Ti that's coming, and now I have a GTX 1080 Ti that I've been using since I built this thing. So, nerd glasses, nerd specs. Marvel. Okay, so what was the question again? Do they give you the time you need to make 3D sculpts in ZBrush with illustration with Marvel? Yeah, so what I kind of do is when I'm doing illustration, I just finished a couple of illustrations this morning for clients, but what I do is I use ZBrush as reference. So like I could take this Hulk now and totally do a keyshot render, like maybe do some dynamic lighting for him. Do a keyshot render and then use that for reference for painting, or even paint over it completely. And that's, if you're new to my work, anybody that's in here, that's how I did this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So this was a sculpt of mine that I did, and nowhere near this level of detail. It's actually Pixelogic featured it on their what was it, 3D to 2D. That's kind of the workflow. So if you go to that Pixelogic 3D to 2D.com, I think you will see how I and a bunch of other artists kind of use that in our workflow. They don't give me extra time. I just got to figure it out, by the way. All right, finally how it has to be. 4K. The resolution on the screen? Yes, 4K. Do I recommend the iPad Pro? I have not used it. I've not used it. I have a Mobile Studio Pro, Wacom Mobile Studio Pro. I didn't go out and buy the iPad Pro simply because I got tired of buying Apple products and then they update them immediately and kind of nerf the OS to make it super slow, so you have to buy the next version. I was an Apple guy. For anybody that's wondering, I was an Apple guy forever. I had everything Apple, hated PC, did not want to hear anything about PCs, and eventually I was like, you know what, this is super expensive, let me try to use a PC. And I built my first PC and loved it. So there you go. Now I'm part of the PC crew. Yeah, did I say I got a 1080 RTX 2080 Ti? Yes, I keep saying that because I'm not used to the name yet. Goodbye Mac Pro. To the traveler. Yeah. No, Blands, what's up? I was jet setting. Whole lot of sky miles. The trip back from Argentina was 17 hours of travel. 17 hours. I was super tired. So I know you guys are like, yo, shut up and start working. And I would just say to that, why you gotta be like that? Don't talk to me like that. Alright. Anyway. Why don't I just shut up and get working? Has Hulk been printed yet? No, not yet. No, I have to. I gotta do that. Gonna do that. Spending money. More money than constantly updating your rig. On a PC? Yeah, I mean, I don't constantly upgrade. This is the first upgrade that I've done since I bought this thing. I've had it for, what, almost 2 years? So, it is what it is. I used to always buy the middle SKU of whatever the Apple Mac Pro was. So you got to figure that was around usually around $2,600, $2,500 for that. And you know, I didn't have a choice in the stuff that was inside of it. So, but I don't want to start like a flame war on YouTube about what's better. Whatever floats your boat, you guys. All right, so I'm looking at my book here. I also have a million images, so why don't I use them? Maybe. So much reference, you guys. Okay, this is good. So this is like 3D scan. Anatomy 360 is a great site also. I like to use that. Get stuff. Brazil, what is up? How many times do you have to reinstall? I install it once and then there's a million updates a week. So just once. But I hold all the updates because more often than not they screw up something. Oh, I just realized. Okay, so on my blur it defaults at 100 and it always completely destroys what I'm trying to do. Oh, I didn't tell you guys a really cool part of me going to on this trip was I got to hang out with Daniel Bell. We actually went to dinner together and hung out, went to a club with the Wacom guys, and it was pretty dope. Talk shop. He's a very cool guy with a brand new baby. So that was awesome. And he signed my shield. I took my Captain America shield over there and had him sign it because I'm a fan. All right. So I'm sure that there are a lot of people who have been in here before. If you haven't and you're new to ZBrush Live, There's a lot of really awesome presenters on here. And after me today, Ashley Adams, or A Cubed, is going to be on, and she's a beast. So if you're not familiar with Ashley's work, check her out. Where I will take several sessions to finish something or get 99% through something and then give up on it. She does it all in one take. We call her One Take Ashley where I come from. She does a whole thing in one sitting, which is crazy, but she does it. Anyway, let me know how the levels are on the music, as always. If they're too loud, let me know. I'll turn them down. If they're too quiet, can you even hear the music? I don't know. Mo. Okay. Oh, Mo Staple. Okay. Solid people in charge with simple repairs. Any link for Daniel Bell? Oh, dude. Go to ArtStation. He just put it up. Sorry. He just put up a bunch of new images. But I know you know Daniel's work. He has a new Flash that's out. That's crazy. He has a Batman Beyond that he's been showing on Facebook. That's ill. He was showing me some top secret stuff, maybe. No, he wasn't. He was showing me that John Wick that he was working on for himself. That is really dope. He had some progress pictures of that, and I got to see that on his phone. So, yeah. Very cool guy. I love how in the art industry, more often than not, everybody is just very chill, very cool. There's not a whole lot of people that are full of themselves in our industry. There are a few, but yeah, for the most part, I think people, they don't really trip on themselves, which is nice. That being said, let me tell you how popular I am in South America. No, I'm just kidding. The food there was crazy, by the way. So good. I didn't want to leave Colombia. It was beautiful. Software showing your reference pics. Oh, sure. It is called Pure, P-U-R, Pure F. I don't know what I just typed on. P-U-R. There you go. Pure F. Hey, what's up, Nepal? Batman Beyond. I know. Yeah, and everything he does is really dope. All right. So, again, if you don't know who I am, if you guys are just tuning in, and this is your first time seeing me, I am an illustrator. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. I do work for companies like Marvel and Dimension Films and Hasbro, Nike, a bunch of fun clients. But I started using ZBrush about 5 years ago, and was just basically using it to help my paintings. And then I realized along the way that I'm a really big fan of sculpture and sculpting, and I'm a giant statue pimp. Like, I love to collect statues. I spend way too much time on the Sideshow site, like window shopping and buying things that I probably should leave there for now. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I love it, you guys. So yeah, I met up with the guys over at Pixelogic and have been doing stuff with them for a little while. That's about all I got to say about that. Oh, one really nice thing. I introduced Daniel to the Wacom guys, which seems like he should have been with them for a long time, but I was really happy about that because they're great guys. He's a great dude. It's a good link up. I think he has a webinar coming up, by the way, for them. All right. So anyway, let's see. Buenos Aires was beautiful. It was very cool this trip because I got to get on stage and do my best Steve Jobs. Just kind of pace back and forth and be like, oh, and another thing. The students all had fantastic questions, so that was very cool. Egypt, what's up? Worldwide, y'all. Nice. Mike is back. The Wacom demos were very fun, Justin. Thank you. Have I printed anything? No, I haven't. You know, my printer's kind of just been sitting here. I haven't had a whole lot of time since I got back to do anything. I've been catching up, basically. I mean, 2 weeks away from work that I had on deck already was kind of rough. So I'm just trying to play a little catch up. Alright, so if you're wondering, my version of Black Panther is going to be kind of a cross between the comic version and the MCU version. I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe version, but I don't know that I want to do all of the... I don't know, like I like being able to see his muscles too, and I think when you start doing all that paneling, it gets a little hard to see. So mine is probably going to be, it'll have some stuff, but not a ton of it, I think. Some of this concept stuff is dope too. I really like this look. I don't know if you guys can see it on my screen, but that's really fresh. So I might kind of ape some of this. I just pulled a ton of, and this is what I do, like I pull a ton of reference, like drawings and photos and sculpts, and even like the Spider-Man was great for just mood. So that's what I have going on. I do have new glasses coming, by the way, if you're wondering. I love the plastic frame. This is the first plastic frame I've had ever, but it doesn't have nose pads, so it slides down on my face all the time. Also, they're dirty. That was embarrassing. Don't look at my dirty glasses. I get fingerprints on them really quickly. But yeah, no nose guard. And it just so happens the bridge of my nose is oily, so they slide down a lot. So I got some new ones that are coming that have plastic on there. Probably way more than you care about, but I'm telling you. Let's see. Good morning. And good whatever for the rest of you. What's up, Life Rocka? Thank you, thank you. Love the suit from Civil War. They changed it for like Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So on the face mask, like I kind of just took inspiration. I didn't really follow it exactly, but I do like the feel of the mask as opposed to the comic one, which is just pretty much nothing there. So that's that. See if I can find anything with the back bent. Ramel Chopra is a giant influence of mine. Very cool dude, young guy, super humble guy, but he does some of the best sculpts I've ever seen. So this is his Lobo. So whenever Ramel shares stuff, I just kind of just completely pillage the entire page and use it for reference. So just so you know that. You know what? The legs are good. Let's look at those legs. Let's get them calves done. And you can see, for some of the detailing here, it's just pulled through the mesh because I'm not super concerned with it right now. More interested in getting the anatomy exactly how I want, and then I'll come back to these details. I just wanted to see them on there, right? So they're just placeholders for now. I'll turn those off, actually. Turn those off. Get back to my guy. Once you buy stick-on nose, yeah, you know what? I was looking at those, but they look kind of budget when you put them on. Oh, it's Brian Life, you guys. That's my buddy. Brian was the dude. So he's also an illustrator. He's also a hip-hop head. Very cool work. Go to his art station. But Brian and I were working on some Hasbro stuff back in the day, and he's the one that turned me on to ZBrush in the first place. So big shout out to Brian. Very cool brother. I did this project. It's supposed to be out now. So I did this stuff for the Smithsonian. Their music and like they have it's called Folkways, right? But they have their music department, and they had this giant hip hop book that came out, and they had me do the cover and some other stuff for it, but it's supposed to be out now, and I'm looking for my copy. One thing I did get in the mail, I can show you guys this. So I'm just going to do shameless plugs for a minute here. I hope you guys don't mind. Get this out of the way. Only reason I didn't glue this down yet is because I don't want to break it. But so this German company called Thompson has these books that are like it's like 100 best, and they hooked me up and put me in a couple times. But they're the illustrators from around the world, and so just show you this real quick. Shameless self-promotion, you guys. That's what this is all. This is why I do this. And here's some. Oh, here it is. All right, so there's a bunch of dope illustrators in here, but so like they hooked me up. These things are huge, by the way. Look how thick it is. This is one. There's 2 volumes. But yeah, like super high quality, very cool stuff. This is the Nike stuff I was talking about. If you guys aren't familiar with it, yeah. So anyway. That book weighs a ton, and I got 2 of them. So, if anybody's wondering, illustration is mostly what I do to pay the bills, and sculpture is what I do for fun. But if anybody from any of the companies are checking it out, holler at your boy, because I like sculpting and I like money, so try to hook those 2 things up together. That'd be nice. Who doesn't like money? Alright, so if you're wondering, all I'm doing is I'm just laying down clay buildup and smoothing it until I start to get the forms I want. And just damn standard. This is pretty much all I'm going to use for a long time are these brushes. If I was doing skin without, like when I was working on the Hulk, he's not covered, right? So instead of the clay buildup, I like to use the clay spin brush. That's just kind of lays down a little differently. In fact, you know what? I'm going to use it for this too. So that's how I roll. And then just bouncing back between reference, looking at what I want to do with the muscles. And I'll just keep going back and forth on these until I get it pretty close to right. I know there's a lot of people who are, I like to call them Nazi anatomies. Nazi mat? Oh my God. Hold on 1 second. Clearly I need more coffee. This is the first time I've spoken today. One of the, I guess, downsides of working in, you know, seclusion is you don't talk that much. So I'm saying stuff crazy. I'm not talking very well. But anatomy Nazis are going to tell me that, you know, you did this wrong or whatever. But I don't mind. I'll get it there eventually. All right, let's see. Let's answer these questions. Ray-Ban glasses, super light, don't slide down. Yeah, Ray-Bans are also super expensive. I actually ended up getting Oakley. So the only thing I don't like about them is they have the straight back. They don't curve around your ear, but they do curve around your skull. So that's going to be different. Yeah, I should give him a cape. Yeah, I might. I think I will. The woman who created the costume for Black Panther. Oh, what? For the movie? That costume design for Black Panther was amazing. Thank you, thank you. Nice to be back. Looks sick. Doctor Strange Panther. Exactly. Give feedback on others' work. Yeah, sure. Just everything for me, it should be around the border, is Mike T Artworks. So just go to my site and there's a link to my email and all that. Or you can just, no, on my site you can actually email me. Just send me a link to whatever and I'll check it out. Give you some feedback. I'd love to. Hello. Advice you would give to a starter? Just find somebody whose work that you like and friend them and kind of get in the groups. Check out the you know, get on ArtStation, and definitely go to the Pixelogic page and there's ZBrush Classroom just to learn stuff. So many people are willing to help new folks out that it's very easy to start to excel pretty quickly. You know, that's how it was for me. I ended up getting into a Hangout when I first started. There was this Hangout called Zbrush Hangout, and I met a lot of really cool guys there. And some of them were in the industry, and some were just kind of enthusiasts, and I learned a lot from those guys. So, that's what I'd say. Never give up. All right. Promote, exactly. Yeah, man, I gotta do that. All right. Sculpting money. Freelance. Yes, I'm a freelance illustrator. How do I get clients? Word of mouth. All right, so I used to work for a young men's brand called Echo. At the time, it was Echo Unlimited, and I did T-shirt artwork for them. And eventually, it turned into a print campaign where I worked on the illustration. I painted wrappers. So, like, it's very funny. If you look at my work over the years, at the beginning, you would have thought that I was just a straight hip-hop artist, which I kind of was. And then I got into, you know, now you would think I'm more of a superhero guy, which I kind of am now. But, yeah, back in the day, it was hip-hop, and then I was in a Coke commercial, and I started getting clients after that. So just getting stuff out there. You got to get your work out there. That was one thing I was telling the the kids on the tours. It doesn't matter how good you are. If people don't see your work, nobody's going to know. So always promote. I think Brian just said it. Promote, promote, promote. Always be promoting. I just saw, okay, there you go. So that music is alright, you guys? It's not too loud? Can you even hear it? I don't know. Let me know. Just want to detail this calf, and the other stuff was in the way. So if you're wondering, I don't like to subdivide a ton of times when I'm at this stage of the work. It just, you know, makes things uglier, I think. I like to keep the forms as clean as I can. So I'm not going to really divide him up until I need the geometry, probably for like texturing and stuff like that. For Hulk, I had to really take it up when I got to skin pores, but I was able to keep them pretty low for a long time. So, also, I'm not 1000% sure that I'm going to keep this exact pose. I might tweak it, and having a low res to jump down to, low poly mesh to jump down to, just makes it easier. Okay. I think I did, after I kind of got him, initially I had this, right, which was my original, oh, I have the light underneath of him. Oh, no wonder it looks, I was wondering why the muscles are looking weird. Initially this is kind of what I built up from the regular, I think the base mesh I used initially was the NYX average guy, I think is the name of it. So I kind of built up these muscles. Then when I got them to look like this, I did a Z remesh, and don't pay attention to the gang signs. That's just, I was working out his hand. But yeah, once I got what I liked, I posed him. It was easier to pose him after I was able to remesh, because I kept a lot of the edge flow the way I want it. I use a lot of reference, you guys. So I'm looking at my anatomy tools guy. I'm looking at books. I'm looking at Pure Ref. I'm all over the place. Definitely helps move your light source around too, and move your guy around. It's kind of the same reason that I rotate my canvas when I'm painting. It's just to get a fresh perspective. Let's see what I do with the Hulk. So his legs are way bigger, but let's see. One thing I want to do with this guy too is I want to make sure that I don't get too stocky with him. I just did a statue for a client, a maquette for a client that was very, he had like a swimmer's physique, and so he was thin but muscular, and I really like that body type. So for Black Panther, he's not especially, he's like Captain America kind of, but he's not huge, you know what I mean? So it's nice to mix it up and not do giant, you know, bulky bodies all the time. All right, let's see. Kangol Kid? Oh, you're talking about, oh, yeah. All right, down. Hey, Mike Thompson, nice to see your stream again. Hey, thanks. Mihai, what's up, dude? Mihai's a beast. All right, some clothing. Hey, Mike, how was your trip? It was great. It was very cool. The lady with the white circular hat. Costume art of Black Panther. I missed a lot of stuff. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Hey, bro. Zbrush Hangouts. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yo, Mihai. I met Mihai in the Hangouts. He is a dope artist. Dope artist. Software and passion. Wow, I missed a lot. Sorry, you guys. Didn't even notice the music. So it must be super low. Eric Askew, what's up? All right, let me turn the music up just a little bit. And you guys tell me if it's too much. All right. Let's turn this up. All right. Let me know. Because I know some people get real upset when the levels are too loud on the music. So let me know if that's too loud. All right, can't hear the music. Okay. How long does it take you to complete the finished work? Too damn long. It depends. If it's for a client, I go really fast. If I'm doing it for myself, I just I just keep noodling away at it until it's what I consider perfect. I have kind of like an ADHD thing going on. So this Hulk, by all rights, should be done. But I still have things I want to do to him, so it's not done yet. For a client, I can move. I think and also for that Zion, I did that really quickly. All right, are you planning on keeping his bodysuit simple? Yes, with just like some, you know, homage to the MCU. What up, pro? What's up, Slug? 10 of Slugs in here too. All right. Where do you get all the reference images? Just online. And I have a Pinterest page. If you aren't already following my Pinterest, I think I have it on the edge of this thing. Do I? It's Mike T Artworks. Spoiler alert, everything is Mike T Artworks. Just go to Pinterest. I have a ton of boards and a ton of images. Hey, thanks. The Hulk is dope, Mr. Sanson. Thank you very much. Get the lights to work with ZBrush. Really? The lights, just rotate them around. I mean, you mean adding new lights? I usually don't have too many problems with that. All right, let's see. Hulk's hands are too big. Well, I personally like this version of the Hulk, my friend. I was a big John Byrne fan. So if you aren't familiar with John Byrne, look at his comics and the way he drew the Hulk. Huge hands, huge feet. So that's what my version is like. Not so much the MCU. When doing lights and they don't respond, right? How do you not have a matte cap? Okay, you guys are talking about that. Hulk's hand is about the same as his arm. Level of subdivision you're working on. All right, so this is, let's look. The subdivision on this is three levels, right? So if we're talking about just the body, this whole body minus the head is a little under 300,000 points, right? So it's not really that heavy at all. His head, if I turn it on, his head is about 125. So right now it's pretty low. Like, I don't have a whole lot of sub D in here yet. And this is how I like to keep it. I mean, you can see I got a lot going on for under 3,000. You know what I mean? The Hulk now. The Hulk is crazy. Like, if we switch to the Hulk, his body is this is almost 19 million, but that's because if I go to the layers, I have skin pores and everything in here. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, if we look at it with the skin turned on, you can see, and let me move the light because right now the light is too, it's like straight on. Let's get some shadows going. All right, so light, let's move it up here. Oh, that's the background. Let's move this up here. So you can see all this detail in his hand. That's because that's why I have such high subdivision levels. So that's that. All right. Man, I'm so behind. You guys are super engaged. Thanks. All right, let's see. Where can you learn ZBrush? I would go first to the Pixelogic site, go to their ZBrush classroom. Paul and Joe have a ton of stuff. On YouTube, go to Ask ZBrush. So first ZBrush classroom is great. Also go to Ask ZBrush, and that's where you can ask Joe specific questions, and he will walk through a video of him answering them. That's dope too. There's a whole lot of really good places to get started. All right, let's see. Really quickly, what's really quickly? Oh, for Zion, I did that in. I did the Zion in about. I think I only had 2.5 weeks to do that. So if I come over here and let's get to something where you can see the detail. Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I was super motivated. Also, I was looking at these photos are not great. Grassetti's Yoshimitsu and his Nova, and so I immediately went out and bought a printer. So I was super motivated, right? I knew I wanted to print it, but you can see it's got a lot of little details and stuff. So I don't know, 2.5 weeks, right? I don't normally work that fast at all. That was me killing myself to get it done. Normally it would take me a month, probably. All right, that's that. Let's go back to ZBrush. ZBrush. All right. And also let me save before I lose it. Oh God, please don't crash. Don't crash, dude. Okay, good. All right. Let's go back to this. Let me save. Save as. Save. Yes. Okay. Is your shirt glowing? My shirt? Oh, no, it's just, I got a lot of lights. That would be cool, right? No, this is my Iron Man, ZBrush, Jumpman joint, Z-Man. I brought a pair of Jordans, by the way, that look ridiculous. That do glow. They're like these highlighter color ones. I love them, but they don't go with anything I have. How am I so far behind on these questions? You guys are killing it. All right. Medellin, what's up? All right. Medellin. Sorry, Medellin. I pronounced it wrong. It's Medellin, you guys. Did I cut myself shaving? Oh my God, do I still have the stuff on? I did cut myself shaving. Did I have the... Ah, that's embarrassing. How many... Thank you. Yes, I did. I cut myself shaving. Thank you for letting me know. I would have gone like 3 hours with the toilet paper on my face. ZBrush is pretty optimized. You don't have to have a killer machine to run it. When I was talking to... I forgot his name. The guy that did the RoboCop stuff. He has a... he was using just a laptop with pretty low specs and it was running pretty well. 2 weeks fast for client work too. Yeah, if you're doing a sculpt that's like super detailed, they usually give you more time than that. I mean, they know it's going to take probably about a month or so. This thing I just did for, it was for some previs for a movie, and I got plenty of time to work on it. No Dynamesh. I don't usually use Dynamesh. Hey, thanks, Andy. I totally had freaking toilet paper stuck on my face. Wow, thank you. Nobody was going to tell me. Who was it that pointed that out? Shout out to you. A tin of slug. Thank you, my one real friend. You guys are not cool, man. You're going to let me have toilet paper stuck on my face the whole damn show? That's not cool. All right. It's worse than having it stuck to your shoe. All right. Pretty embarrassing. You guys are my friends. I can't wait to see YouTube. They're going to probably fry me on that. Hey, jackass. All right. So... Thanks, Robert. All right, a bandage. You thought I put it on purpose. That's my new look. Little toilet paper squares stuck to my face. Starting a trend. Alright. So when you see Kanye wearing it, you know where it came from first. That was all me. Yo, I saw you had that paper on your face, fam. Trying to get that look. I tell you guys, I actually worked with Kanye on something back in the day, because I did. I'm gonna go way back and forth on this peck until I get it right, so don't get too upset. I usually sketch in these muscles and then come back and refine them later. So if the placement isn't quite right or the shape of them isn't, you know, exactly what it's supposed to be, it's not that deep, I just come back and hit them later. That's what I did with the Hulk. Took a whole lot of back and forth until I got what I wanted. This is just a block in, basically. I don't give any F's. 0. Come on here on live TV with toilet paper on my face, player. It changes the material of the whole model. Material of the whole model. When you apply the material, so you can paint it on if you want to. And sometimes I forget that I'll have, like if I'm doing, I don't know, like say I'm doing poly painting and I have material selected, so it's, instead of it being RGB, it might be mRGB, then you're going to paint the material on your character, but it can be in specific places, right? So if you go to, like if I change this to the shiny, right? And I have my standard brush, and I set it to, let's say, material, right? So now what I can do is I can go and I can just, and turn off add. So I'm not sculpting, I'm just painting. So I can just do this, right? And then I can switch back to my startup material. Why is it? Do I have layer recording on? Oh no, let me see. No, I don't. Why Why is it? Let me see something. Subtool. Huh. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, because I have color already assigned. Duh, I forgot. All right, so if I turn off the, let's say I fill it with just white, right? Color, fill. You see I have the material painted in that one spot. So you can have materials on one part of your model if you want to. I don't know, say you have a part of him that is, like, I don't know, his nails or something. I want to be silver. But normally I would have that as a separate subtool. It's just a little bit easier. You get cleaner edges and all that. So I don't normally do it that way. So I could just easily go back and either undo what I did, or I can just refill the material. All right, so I go back to material and set it for flat color, which is a good way to get back to, you know, just a default, and fill. Now whatever material I assign, it's going to be that material, right? So it could be whatever. Ooh, Gold Panther. All right, cool. So that's a thing. All right, what tablet do you use? Let's wait a minute. Fan of Zion. He's playing great so far. Yeah, absolutely. He's a beast. I can't, like, he's a kid and he's as big as LeBron. It's insane. It's insane. What's up, Ken? Tablet I use is the Wacom Cintiq 32 Pro. So it's a big boy. There's my hand. And my hands are huge. So big. Anyway. Alright. If you have a costume model like Flash, Thor, Iron Man, do you prefer to sculpt it in an A pose? Yeah. Normally, yes. The answer to that question is yes. But see, now what I can do, which is pretty good for me, is I did get some pretty good topology before I posed him. So if I go to my step down, you can see the edge flow is pretty sweet. So what I would do at this point, oh, don't crash. Hold on. What's going on here? Is it saving? All right, nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. Why are you? Okay, good. Woo, that was a close one. Let me save. I never save often enough. And when I put on quick save, it saves too often, so yes. But yeah, now what I would do with this guy is I would take, normally if I'm doing characters, I would take the parts of them, like you see I have that grouped out in different colors, and I would use that, duplicate it, and then use a Z modeler to give it some thickness, and use that as the base for my suit. So I do that a lot. ArtStation. I don't update any of my stuff. Everything that I have is super old. It's really dumb, right? Like, I just went on this trip and made like thousands of new friends on Instagram, and you would think that I would update my site and social media and all that. I haven't. I hate doing that. I wish I had somebody that was just doing my site stuff. That would be great. My daughter was supposed to do it, but then she went to college. So she's very selfish. All right. Phil, do you warm up before sculpt? Everything is a warm up. It's all a warm up. They made 32-inch Cintiq. Yeah, it's a killer. How to improve ZBrush performance? That sounds like a Paul Joe question. Don't be putting that racist frog on here. I don't like that frog. I don't even know what it means. Background in 2D drawing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm an illustrator by profession. I just sculpt for fun. And I do some sculpting professionally, but not nearly as much as I'd like. So yeah, my background is in painting and drawing. Oops, did I just... See? This is what I do. I forget sometimes. So I have my standard selected and I have material still on. I'm going to put on Z add. So now I'm not going to paint the material on the guy. And I'm also going to switch back to my clay spin. But what was I talking about? Yeah, I'm an illustrator. So if you go to MikeTArtworks.com, you will see a ton of work for clients, you know, toy packaging and movie posters and all that. They're all paintings. What's that frog's name? You know the one. What's up? In Jordan, Saeed, how you doing, man? Alright, let's get to his back, shall we? Oh no, I got another soft leg. His legs are all soft. Female. God, I cannot talk. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I can't talk today. Good night, everybody. Female bodybuilders are really good reference because you're looking at muscle. Like they're usually super lean, so you're getting just the muscle. The guys can get bulky, and it's hard to tell what's going on. So on my Pinterest page, I have a ton of female bodybuilders as well, and just CrossFit models and things like that. Those are great because you get to see what's really happening. This is good too. Like some of these old master style drawings are fantastic as well. I like using those. Who's being racist? No, it's not nobody's being racist. It's that frog. I don't know what his name is. Usually nothing good comes of that frog. You know the one. Alright, he's definitely starting to feel a little bulky. So this is a good chance to step down and play with the silhouette. One thing that's really good to do is if I bounce my light to the back, let's turn off this one and put this on the back. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Seriously? Tool. Let's see something. Let's go here. Let's fill him with a color. Color fill. Fill object. Alright. So for my light, why isn't it going to the back? Oh. There it is. Okay. Yeah. It's good to do this to get a silhouette, and then I can see, like, he looks thick, right? Like Black Panther's not this thick. So step all the way down, and I can go and I can start making large changes to the silhouette. right? And just kind of make him a little thinner, because he's not supposed to look like a beefy dude. I mean, I do want him to look athletic, but I don't want him to look stocky. If that makes sense. All right. Yeah. This is the pure ref is pretty big. Cross-section references, like in medical references. I'm sure I have them on my Pinterest. Not really using them right now though. So this is a good way to check your work, fellas and ladies. All right, so that's better. Alright, if I turn on dynamic and turn up resolution and maybe bring down the camera, I just want it to look really aggressive. And I did this so much for the Hulk. There was a whole lot of just tweaking to get what I wanted. His arm looks a little big. All right. I generally don't like to sculpt with perspective turned on. I do like to look at the model in perspective to check it, but the same way I don't like doing likenesses, like if I have to sculpt somebody, their face, I don't usually have perspective turned on. It's just a little harder for me to, I can't tell what the volumes are looking like or if it's just a camera thing. If that makes sense. Okay. All right. What's wrong with the frogs? What's wrong with frogs? Cross section. Let's stick to the reference. Yeah. I mean, at this point, yes, right? So like what I'm doing is I can, and this is kind of what I was talking about when I was on tour with Wacom, is, you know, I have a pretty good idea of what the anatomy looks like, but you know, I can sculpt up something that I think looks really good and then I can detail it, but if the foundation is wrong, then it's doesn't matter how good the details are, right? Like it's off. So I like to have a lot of reference up just to look at it and just make sure, right? Because I'm not, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this about me, but up until really 2 years ago, anatomy was one of my weakest things. You know, I just never spent a lot of time learning it. And I know there are people who know all the, like, it's funny because I'm friends with Ryan Kingsland, and that's a strong word. I know Ryan Kingsland. I've talked to Ryan Kingsland. I'm not friends with him. But, you know, he can recite everything, right? He knows all of the muscles by heart. And there's a lot of people that can do that. I can't do it. And I have no desire to learn, really. I mean, it sounds kind of short-sighted. I probably should know that stuff, but I don't. So in lieu of not being an anatomy expert, I like to lean into reference. It's a long-winded way of saying yes. All right, junior prop artist. You say, can you say is the thing to learn practice character sculpting? What does a junior prop artist do? I should probably know that. Why are the knees so pointy? I don't know. Let's look at some knees. I wasn't really looking at knees bent, so. They are kind of pointy, aren't they? I don't have a good answer for that. All right. Didn't he help make Zbrush? Ryan? He was with them early on. Yeah. Interior superior iliac spine. What's up, Hannibal? Hannibal was in one of my classes, the illustration class. Was it illustration or sculpting? What were we doing, Hannibal? I don't remember. I had a couple classes. I think the ones with Cesar were illustration, and the one with Ryan was sculpture. Prop artist that makes props that go into games. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so it was both. Hannibal's right. It was both. I don't remember things. Okay. All right. Let's get back to this. I'm doing a lot of talking, you guys. I'm gonna turn off this color and get back into the sculpting. Yeah, Hannibal took that. Didn't you take that Andrew Carr's class? You better know all the names of everything. You guys sculpted a whole Eckershey body. That's good. Let's look at this. Solo this out. Oh man, so I know I like to talk about movie stuff when I come in here. I saw The Joker and it was amazing. Just saying. I'm not really a giant DC guy, but I do see, I have to see all superhero movies. And the fact that they made this as like a throwaway film is such a waste. Such a waste, man. That movie was awesome. Has this been playing the same song the whole time? Hold on a sec. What is that? Repeat? Oh, my bad, you guys. I'm messing up today. What's up? My cat just came to say hello. She's huge now, by the way. She was a kitten when I first got her. Now she's big. It's only been like 2 months. Where do you teach? I did a couple of classes. One was for Cesar DeCall Jr. and one was for Ryan Kingsland. They were the online class, but I don't really teach at any schools or anything. Crash course in color theory. Oh, really? Nice. Brian Stelfreeze is dope. I got his book. Big fan of his. Joker was awesome. DC confuses me. I don't know why they can just make a movie that they clearly know that they're not going to do anything with that character anymore, and it is like Oscar type performance and cinematography is beautiful and all that, and then when they go and do a movie like Justice League, they just, I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know. Titans is dope too. If anybody is not watching Titans and you have an opportunity, season 2 of Titans is crazy. They just introduced Superboy and Crypto, and you would think it would be corny, but it was one of the dopest shows I've ever seen. So again, you know, it's on DC Direct or whatever they call it. They know that they're not going to get the viewers that they could get on a, make that a movie, people will see it. Instead you're doing Harley Quinn. Alright, I'm done ranting. You guys didn't come to hear my movie, comic, political views. Whenever I get like lumpy areas too and I need to clean them up, I usually just grab the H polish, tap it out. Sometimes I want them. I did a trap jaw that I kept a lot of that irregularity and it made the muscles look really realistic, because they're not, they shouldn't look like marshmallows, right? So like even looking at this guy right now, he's very clean and, you know, it's a little too clean, right? Let me open up this trap jaw right quick for anyone who has not seen it. Trap jaw. I got the Ender 5. There it is, right back there. So I have a 5. And I love it. I love it so much, you guys. Okay, trap jaw. Let's turn off first. Let's turn off this. Can I just delete it? Or hide it? I can't hide it. I made a layer. Get out of here. Why can't I see anything? Helmet. Oh, here he is. Oops. T new. Alright, so for this trap jaw, this is an example of just really noodling away on it until I get the anatomy the way that I want it. So you can see there's a lot of like lumpy areas in the arms, and there's, you know, all kinds of veins and stuff, but I noticed that if I'm doing muscles and I'm looking, even if I'm looking at like anatomy reference of these bodybuilders, they're like it's not perfectly flat, it's not perfectly smooth, they're not pillows on the arm, you know, there's all kinds of irregularities that make it look super realistic. So that's why that's kind of why I do what I do. Why is the color looking like that? Anyway, yeah, so that's what I want to get Black Panther to look like. And this, if anyone is wondering, took forever, and I'm still not done with the arm. The arm looks ridiculous. After I made it, I was like, it looks like a toucan. Totally looks like a bird on his claw. So that sucks. I'm not a hard surface guy. So maybe I'll have one of my friends who is figure out the arm for me and do like a collabo. But that's that. Alright, where is Panther? There he is. Wow, look how soft he looks after looking at that other thing. It's crazy. Form 2. Who has a Form 3? Hannibal, you got a Form 3? No, the Ender 5, I pieced him together. So, like if you're looking at it, everything on here are pieces. His arm, this hand was its own piece, and then the arm was a separate piece. The torso, the pants. Oh, this is the one it comes out of. Yeah, so like this leg with the compression shorts was its own piece. The feet, everything. It was all a ton of pieces. Everything was pieces. The Nike check was so long that I had to do it as 2 separate pieces, so this would never fit. And the base was 2 separate pieces as well. So just it's a lot of just figuring out stuff, basically. That's why with this Hulk, I want to print him also at, you know, quarter scale. So he's going to be massive. So I just got to figure out the cuts. Filling was actually pretty easy. So I bought a wood filler. It's just gray, and used that with some water, and it filled those joints in really nicely. And then I did like a sand and a wet sand and sprayed it with primer. And I mean, I'm getting details. This is all, mind you, after looking at Grassetti. His Nova and his Yoshimitsu made me realize that you could even do this with a filament printer. I just didn't want to, I want to get a form, but I can't justify it right now. So for the price of this was one spool, did an entire, like the entire Zion, and I had some left over. And that's with a couple of mistakes. So I think I had maybe 2 print failures where I didn't have the arm kind of at the right direction and it kind of fell. And then also the scale was too big when I first did it, and so he would have been huge, like a 3rd scale. But I did all that with one spool, which was like $25. $25. So I'll tell you all that to tell you this. Much better cost value for me right now. Like I love the detail that the forms get. Like that's crazy. You're never going to be able to get skin pores like I have on this Hulk on filament. But I mean, look at Grassetti's Yoshimitsu. That thing is insane. You can get some pretty good detail. All right. Oh, Hannibal, you went all out, got the Form 3, huh? Nice. Yeah, the Ender 3. And the 5 and the what is the something 10 is really dope too. The enders are great machines for a low price. Special alphas to get the irregularity on the muscles. Like on Hulk, no. That was me coming in and just kind of drawing in the what do you call them? Veins. Just drawing the veins in. So FDMs are nice too. Yeah. Oh, did somebody just follow me? Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, Louise. Thank you. Nice. Yeah. No. If you're not following me on anything, please. I'm almost at 10,000 on Instagram. Like seriously, if anybody is in here that's not following me on Instagram, I'm so close. I think I only need like 15 people to be at 10K. So please give me a follow on Instagram or tell somebody. I'd really appreciate it. Wow, his butt is kind of... That was crazy. Black Panther is not supposed to have a badonkadonk. Did I just tear up his leg? Look at that. That was a mistake. Alright, let's get this back figured out. Yeah, so I usually just go through a ton of back and forth until I get something that I like. I don't get married to any of this stuff because it could go at any time, you know. You just take one person pointing out something that I missed and I'll be like, oh, okay, let me fix that. Also, oh, somebody asked about tips for if you're new to ZBrush or just art in general. I would say don't take things personally. When people give criticism, you're gonna have some people that are just kind of hating on you, but you will get a lot of good critiques, and it might be something that you just totally missed. You know what I mean? Like if I stare at something, let's say I had to turn this in a really short time frame, and I was just cranking and cranking and cranking, I would be focused on the I'd be focused on the piece, and I could totally just not see the forest for the trees, and somebody might look at it and be like, dude, why are his knees pointy? And I'd be like, oh snap, I didn't even realize that. So, you know, sometimes you get folks that will tell you something that you didn't see, and you know, now the delivery helps, because you know, sometimes on the internet folks, the way they say things are kind of pointed, right? So they make you not want to do what they say, but they might have a point. So I had a dude, I was doing a webinar for Wacom one year, and or Corel, somebody, and I didn't have a whole lot of time. It was for a painting, so I had something, I think I was working on Nick Fury, right? So I had drawn Samuel L. Jackson earlier, and then I had the drawing and I started painting it, and you know, I only had an hour, so I had this dude on YouTube that just was like, you know, how come you don't draw the thing? Did you ever learn how to draw? Blah 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 blah. And I was like, yo, I've been doing this for like 30 years, man. Like, I could draw it, you know. If you wanted to see me draw it, I could totally do that, but I thought you would want to see the painting. So that's why I did it that way. But when I pointed that out to him, you know, I tried not to be a jerk about my answer, even though it was kind of, wasn't exactly cool the way he said it. But he was like, oh, you know, my bad. And we were cool. So sometimes you're going to have people that are, I mean, the internet breeds a lot of foul people, but sometimes you'll have folks that are actually trying to help out. So I would just say don't take anything too seriously. And you gotta be willing to listen to. I mean, when I first started doing anatomy, my anatomy was terrible. And I wasn't using reference. I was like, I know what this looks like. You can't tell me nothing. And it was really bad. So, you know. All right. Oh, my Instagram is at Mike T Artworks. Everything for me is at Mike T Artworks or Mike Tartworks, as I learned after I bought the URL. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. Chadwick Boseman head, like an unmasked version? I don't know. Maybe. I should. Maybe. Let's get it. with a Chadwick head. I should. I haven't done a likeness in a while, so I should do one. Okay, since you called me out, Hannibal, yes, okay, I'll do the Chadwick head. Don't be calling me out, man. Come on, brother. Lots of crashes. With Z-Remesher started using optimized points, modified topology. Okay. Have you ever tried doing a Hasselhoff Nick Fury? Oh my god, that would be dope. Should do a Hasselhoff Nick Fury. Definitely. I don't know, I would probably do Knight Rider before I did him as Nick Fury. I just aged myself. You guys are like, what's that? Oh, please don't crash. Come on, wait. Knight Rider, what is that? A talking car. That's what it was. And it was awesome. Black Panther. Black Panther. So yes, what time is it? .243. Alright. I think I'm done at 4, so I still got some time. The account is private, but just give me a follow and I'll follow you back. I had some crazy internet stalker business going on for a minute, so I had to like go in and secure up my stuff. I used to have everything open, and that's not good. Let's get this clavicle, because I just realized I don't even have it for him. It's got a really nice laptop that I was using. It's pretty sweet, but it's got a RTX 1070 in it, 2070. I keep saying 10s, 2070 in it. This lets you know how long it's been since I bought a GPU. But it's got the RGB keyboard, and it's really kind of a beastie machine. It's pretty sweet. Mike Tyson. Dude, you showed my stuff to Stelfreeze? Nice, man. Thank you. It's awesome. I haven't met him. NDA, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Lawsuits are bad. What was the software called that you have your ref? PureRef, P-U-R-R-E-F. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, man. Thank you. No, so I have not had time to do my personal streams in a while. I generally like to do those on Thursday night, but I got some family issue stuff going on now that I'm not going to be able to do it this week. But I'll be back. I'll be back. Definitely. On my private Twitch. But yeah, if you look at my YouTube, I have like 20 some ZBrush lives, and they're generally 2 to 3 hours long. Most of them are like 3 hours long. So if you like this, go to my YouTube. There's a ton of stuff on there. A ton. Yeah, I don't like to rush through things. I have a lot of friends that do speed sculpts, but I like to take my time. I get better results when I don't rush. Unless it's for a client. If it's my own stuff. Same thing with paintings. If it's my own stuff, I take forever. I should pretend I'm paying myself. I would get a whole lot more done. I also like to work out of symmetry because I just feel like the muscles feel a little more natural if you are not just copying and pasting them, you know, working with symmetry on. Pecks are one of those things that I always go back and forth on. And eventually I'll land in the right spot, but I usually have to work on them for a while until I feel like the volumes are right. This stuff is kind of like, doing anatomy is really relaxing for me because I'm not rushing, and it's one of those things where I'm using so much reference. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a puzzle getting everything to a decent place. And generally it's kind of low, you know, low stress. So, I don't know. I do so many portraits that it's almost like on autopilot now with paintings. Like I just do basketball player today, and you know, I think I knocked it out in a day. But this stuff is more fun, I think. What's happening in the chat? P-U-R-R-E-F. There's no E. What's up, Stoic Gamer? Good, man. Esker, cage of the shoulder. Yeah. Thank you for answering my questions. Zbrush looks amazing. Thank you. Where can I see the Hulk model? I haven't really posted it yet. I think I have it on my Instagram right now and Facebook. When it's done, I'll put it on Zbrush Central and ArtStation. I owe Pixelogic stuff for Zbrush Central. I haven't had time to finish anything. That's the only problem. And all my other stuff is all NDA. But Hulk is definitely going to go on there. should probably save. Just checking some of these forms. Turn on the mask. Alright, that's the color it's supposed to be. So let's grab that color and fill. Color. Fill. That's better. Alright, so it's getting there. Save. Accents. Turn on that. All right. Let's see. Can't wait to look. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jonathan. Radio. All right. You know what I can get into? These hands. I did work on these when I was in South America, but I didn't save them, of course. This concept art is ill. So this is really low. Actually, I'm gonna jump up a subdivision level to add another level of subdivision here, because it's very low. All right, so if I subdivide again, it'll probably put me at about 1 million. Let's see. D. Yeah. It's nice, you can just pop these things off. I think I have some good hand reference too. Somewhere. What did I have it on? Oh, wait. Let's see. This is trap jaw. Open up another one. Oh, this is another thing I do. So like I went to, when I was working on the Hulk, just went into Photoshop and started fixing some areas where after I sculpted I realized that it was wrong, and then went back and worked on it. So it's nice to do little drawovers. I could have swore I had a hand that was like in this pose. Alright, not that one, sorry. Hold on one sec. Oh, yeah, here are the hands. You're right in front of me the whole time. Oh, I got quiet. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Ferals. Thank you, Lewis. Reference board. Pure Ref. You are REF. No worries. Here. So probably would have been a lot easier to do one really good finger and then duplicate it. I saw Daniel do that one time. It made a whole lot more sense. I did that early on. I should have done like a really nice version, and then I wouldn't have to do this 10 times. But what I think I did do this while I was on tour, was I think I made one nice hand, and then I just chopped it off, and put it on the other wrist as well. So I'll probably just do one nice hand and cut and paste it, because they're pretty much in the same pose, right? You gotta save time where you can. It's a lot easier when I can see what I'm doing. It's funny, with all this reference, I still end up using my own hand pretty much. It's just a quick way to see what this is supposed to look like. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, if you are new to the channel, stick around later on today. Ashley is going to be on, and what I can do over like 4 or 5 sessions, she can do in 1 session. So pretty cool. She's super fast and super good, and she's doing like things out of her head. They're not licensed characters, so that's also a plus. Yeah, man, if you have his contact info, tell him I want to reach out to him. I will definitely give him a shout. Baltimore Comic-Con is this weekend. Crap, I miss it every year. At least you're telling me before it happens. Usually everybody's like, oh, did you go to it yesterday? No, I missed it again. I'm not going to be able to go, man. I'm going to be out of town. I would love to meet him, though. Yeah, I love the really exaggerated, kind of like this type of thing that he's got going on with his hands. Pose is probably what you would call it. Pose of the fingers. It's really dope. So I'll push it on these. I want it to really look almost like, you know, arthritic almost. It's so claw-like. Turn with this rock. It's also way easier to smooth something that's 200,000 polys than it is to smooth something that's 1,000,000. So sometimes I step down to do smoothing. That's also why I like to keep it low for a really long time. So I'll probably go back in and mess around with these nails a little bit. I don't love the visible line in between there. That's just from using ZModeler. I made them really quick, and I think I just added a crease to it so I would keep the tip, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna figure out a way to lose that seam down the middle. It's just kind of like a quick solve. Oh, I crinkled that up pretty good. So I really want these, like a pronounced kind of claw hand. So I'm gonna go in and just tweak this a lot until I get exactly what I'm looking for. Wow, I got quiet for a long time. Sorry about that. What's going on in the chat? Anything? Hey, what's up, Mayak? Ashley's ref board would scare the heck out of me. Yeah, right. A link for the UI? Just DM me in on anything. If you're on my Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I'd be happy to send it to you. I'll send you a copy. No problemo. So this part is fun, just sketching in the forms is always fun. This thumb needs work. See, this is what I should have been doing from the jump. I'm over here trying to keep it looking clean and, you know, smooth and all that. I should just be sketching this stuff in, smooth it later, get all the forms I want, and then clean it up. That's how I did it with the Hulk, and it was like way more successful. Yeah, that's what I want to happen in the hand. I want him to look almost like a werewolf type hand. So it's way more aggressive. I think. I'm liking some of those secondary forms in the arm too. Not mad at that. Save. All right, where did I miss? Why do I feel like I was just in Atlanta? I think I did a layover there. That's what it was. I wasn't there for that long. Cintiq or an XP pen. Cintiq is a bit expensive. Yeah, I've never used the XP pen, but I have used Cintiqs and I love them. So I'm a little biased. How long did it take to create Trapjaw? Oh, no worries. Trapjaw, I think I did the majority of him on Zbrush live streams, and there's a few of them. So I think there were 3 hours each, and I want to say there were at least 5 of them, but they're all on my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube and give me a follow, you can look at them there. It's at my Artwork. It is down here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see well, you probably can't. My picture's in the way. It's down there. All right. Hey, what's up, Harshpreet? Who's the music from? The music is just some YouTube DRM free music that I picked and just kind of collected. Looks awesome when you start 3D modeling. I'm trying to learn. Thanks. I probably started like 5 years ago, I think. About 5 years ago. Message on Insta. Oh, cool, cool. All right, I got you, Mike. After I get out of here. Got you. From Marius. I can't pronounce that. Cool. What's up, Nitish? Greetings. What's up, Jesse? All right. How am I doing on time? 3:37. Okay, I'm out of here at 4. Let's do this. I'm going to save this guy. And then let's start figuring out how I want to chop up this Hulk for a print. That'd be fun. Right, so let's move this out of the way. Let's move this out of the way. Let's switch back to Hulk. Alright, turn off dynamic. Let's go to layers. Let's turn off the skin. What are you doing? Don't crash. Alright, there's that one. That one. Alright, and document. Draw layer. So now I can delete this layer. Delete. Yes. Alright, cool. Alright, so the way I have... Uh-oh. What? Didn't mean to do that. Layer. Go back to this layer. Seriously? Alright, T. New. Okay. So the way I have this right now, I'm just going to give him a pretty straightforward base. And these primitives that you see here are actually booleans. So if I turn on live boolean, you can see one of them cuts out his feet, the other one cuts out the rock. And so let's move this out of the way. Come on, straighten out. Come on, dude. Oh, come on. Okay, good. All right, so do one like this. We'll do one like... Oh, you're not gonna work for me now? I'm doing a screen grab, but I don't know why it's not doing it. So I'll have to do the layers thing. Alright, so I will just get it to here, and I'm on AA half, and I will do a render. Let's get the light where I want it. Put one here, put one here. Okay, do a render. Actually, what am I doing? Escape. This is not a beauty thing. I just need something for cutting them. So I'll have this like this. Now do a render. I don't need a beauty pass. I just want to see where I'm gonna chop them. Chop them up. What does my daughter think of my art skills? She is not impressed. My kids are not impressed at all. It's funny, my daughter came over with her girlfriend from high school, and her friend is a big Marvel fan, and so she came over here and was looking at like the Captain America shield on the wall and the statues, and then she was looking at my stuff and was totally geeking out. Was like, why didn't you tell me your dad did this and that and the other? And she was like, so who cares? So it's nice when she brings her friends over. my kids are not impressed. Alright, so let's save this layer. Bake, create. I do this a lot, so I do this when I send stuff to clients rather than doing multiple renders. I'll just do a BPR pass and get a couple angles. And then I will send them to Photoshop. So I want this. That's good. All right, so let's do a render here. I've been putting off printing this forever. I really can't wait to get it done. It's good though, when, I mean, obviously the family is excited when I do stuff, but it keeps you grounded, right? Like if my kids are like, oh, you're the best, I'd probably have a giant head, but they're like, cool. What's for dinner? Oh, Dad, not the Hulk again. Exactly. All right, cool. So let's save this layer, bake. I like these. Now I'm gonna go to the actual, which is huge. It's huge. And I'm gonna export this. I did a mic drops on this a long time ago. This is kind of how I send stuff out. I have a YouTube thing that's all of 2 shows, 3 shows, but it's like little tips and tricks for artists. And I ran out of ideas. I was like, hey, write in and tell me what you want me to do a tutorial on, and I'll do these little quick tutorials. And nobody wrote in, so I didn't do any shows. So I want to bring it back if anybody is watching and they want me to do more mic drops. I can do it on 2D, 3D printing, whatever you want. Tell me what you want to see, and I would love to do these little quick joints for you. All right, so here's an old one, but I don't like this one, so I'm going to close this one. Frame, 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 and I will open Hulk standing. Where did I save that? Did I save in the wrong folder? I bet you I did. Let's see. Document. Export. I sure did. I put it in Black Panther. Wah wah. Alright. Black Panther. Black Panther. What do you want? Get out of here. I'm busy. Black Panther render 4. You guys want to see how big my cat got? Here, look at this. Come here. Yeah. Remember she's a kitten? She's huge! She's huge now. Say what's up. Yeah, I'm that cat guy. All right, cool. So let's get to chopping. Get my chair back in position. I will make a new layer. And I want to figure out how I want to chop this guy up. Brushes. Let's get this. Everything. It's always in the way. This thing is always in the way. Let's move it over here. Brush. Where's my pencil? Is this it? No. Alright, I'll just use this, I think. This one, and turn on shape dynamics. Okay, that's cool. All right, put this back over here. Thank you, Dimply Walk. What's her name? My cat is Olive. Olive. Brad. What's up, Brad? Yeah, she's been eating. That's what happens when you leave your cat with a friend while you go to South America. They feed them way more than you tell them to feed them. Alright, so how do I want to cut this? Let me think. I wanted to do something where I could go around the shape and then cut it down. I could probably do something like that. But I don't know. No. It should be a straight cut. I don't want to do that. Alright. I hate doing it, but I gotta do a straight cut, I think. So something like this. And then I'll just have to fill it with seams, I guess. A-Force stuff, maybe she will get more. What is A-Force? Did you share the link for your UI? No, Mike. I'll do it after. No worries. I'll do it after I'm done. I can't do it right now. I only have like another 15 minutes. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. All right. I do think I want to, because this is going to be really big, I'm going to do a thing where I'm going to cut him inside of the pants, like the torso. So that'll come down and fit in there like a key. And then it'll have a key, obviously. So that's his torso. And then I also want to do a similar thing with the legs where they cut. Should probably use a color you can see, right? That would help. All right. So I want to cut these inside of the pants. All right. It'll be a straight cut. It just looks rounded because he's at an angle. But then they'll fit underneath of the jean, right? And so that hides the seam. And I did that on my guy here. So if you look here, his leg fits up into here, and you don't see the seam, right? I did the same thing on this leg as well. So whenever I have clothes, I'm golden because I can hide the seams. But that'll fit in there. That probably be like that, right? That's the key. Same thing with this one. Hopefully that rip goes all the way around, kind of in enough of an angle that I can hide it. So that's that. Hands are going to come off. I notice I have a whole lot more luck with the fingers on the ender when I can print the hands like this. Yeah, like this. So the wrist is on the palette, and then as it goes up, the fingers are as straight as possible. That way I won't get the banding. Like I had one piece where I tried to print it flat like this, and because the printer is printing in layers, it was, instead of having nice clean layers like this, it was giving me layers like this. And that got really ugly when it started to get thin, like around the knuckles. It got super ugly. So always better to go along the length of like the long thing that you're printing, right? I'll have that issue with his feet, but not so much because it's on an angle, right? So it's not going to be that bad. So the feet are their own thing, hands are their own thing. These jeans I'm going to split along the zipper, and that line luckily goes all the way around the back, so I'll be able to hide that, and then I'll have those two halves go together, right? Like those two will go together, and then I can pop the waist in here, the torso of the waist. This is just the key. So that'll fit, and then these pants will the calves can fit in the pants, so that'll be good. And I can print this big. By chopping these pieces up like this, I'll be able to print it nice and large. What I might do with him, maybe, is this torso is going to be massive, right? I mean, I'm going to take his head off, but his torso is going to be massive, so what I might do is I might cut it. So the pecs will slide down over his chest. So like say this goes straight along the back. It would be a cut, like if we're looking at it from the side, then the it would be cut like this. These are his abs down here, and his pec would come and slide right over. So this top piece would be flat with maybe the pec sticking over. So that hides the seam. So I might do that. So then that way I'll have the most volume here and here. This can be two pieces. For his neck, it's on at a weird, like his neck is down in his shoulders. So that cut is going to be a weird cut, but I'm just going to have to make it as straight as possible and then just fill in the seams. He's got a lot of tendons going on in his neck, so that's kind of a bummer, but I think I can do it. So that's that. And then the rock is huge. I'll have to split that, print it in two pieces. The helmet can be one piece. Brad, I'm finally getting around to this, dude. Brad is my work partner. It's like the Dave Chappelle and what's his boy's name? His writing partner. I can't remember his name. He's also a comedian. But yeah, Brad is like the silent partner. He helps me with poses and stuff like that. So he actually figured out the pose for this guy, and then I sculpted on it. We do a lot of collabos. So that's that. Anyway. What is A-Force, by the way? Robert, you gotta tell me what that is. And his arm is gonna be... His arm is big. I might have to cut his arm in half. Maybe. This thing is gonna be big. So if you're looking at Wolverine, right? The Wolverine is a quarter scale. Hulk standing straight up is probably going to be this tall. So, right? I think taller than that, because if Zion is, it's going to be tall as hell. Let's put it that way. It's going to be big. I don't know where I'm going to put him. But I do have better luck on the Ender printing at quarter scale than I do at a sixth scale. If that makes sense. Obviously, the larger the piece, the more detail I can keep. And I keep some really small details. Like, look at the shoe. If I can get it to focus. Alright, a lot of detail. Anyway. Alright, so my time is almost up. If anybody has any other questions, A-Force is the all-female Avengers team. They drop it at the end of Endgame. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Brady. Who's Brady? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I think I have 4 minutes left. I would love to answer anything. I'm going to keep this so I can actually do the thing I've been talking about doing since freaking June, I think. Save as. I'll save it with Hulk this time. How about that? My tools, my sculpts, Hulk. lines. Who's your favorite superhero? This guy. Wolverine, bub. Was this piece an on and off? Yeah, a whole lot of on off. Hey, what's up, Emilio? Yeah, a whole lot of on and off. Whole lot of off. Some on. Alright, cool. So that is that. My time. I got 3 minutes left, you guys. I think I am scheduled to be back on the 30th. So, tell a friend. Come on down. Check me out. I'll be back. And thank you for stopping by, everyone. Seriously, I appreciate when you guys come over and check me out and are so engaged. There was a lot of questions today. That's fantastic. I love it. All right. Hi. Did you know the creator of Wolverine never made a penny from him? Oh, come on, man. Why'd you you're gonna? That's sad. Why would you say that at the end of the thing? All right. Somebody say something really uplifting. Can you do a sculpting feedback on sculpts anywhere for free? I can give you my 2 cents. Yeah, just holler at me. Give me a shout. I can give you 2 cents. It may not be like right away because I am working on some stuff, but I will definitely get you back. All right. When you export STL parts and import again, the pieces come back at the correct scale. So I had a whole lot of scale issues. All right. I have 1 minute left. I wish you asked this earlier. I had to get with Paul Gabry and use the Scale Master and also make sure that there's like some things that you have to do to get it to be right, but once you do those things, then it's going to be right and it stays the right size. So, you know, I'll do that next time. How about I talk about that next time? All right, let's see. How long was this? 3 hours. Creator of Thanos made him in college. Okay, that's dope. You got to keep the right. Oh, word? All right, your work is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. That is better. Thank you for that. All right, mess with what we usually cost like. Yes. Yeah. Would you in next session teach how to do texture for your model? Sure, I'd love to. All right, so let's do this. If you guys want to see, check out my YouTube and look at the mic drops. I had one on using gradient fills, and let's see, YouTube is Mike T Artwork. All right, check out mic drops and hit me up and let me know what you want to see. Like these things that you're asking here are great. I could do a whole little section on them. So tell me what you want to see. I'll do more of them, and we can do it that way. All right. Cool. Okay, guys. I'm out of time. Thank you so much. Where's my time? Yeah, 4 o'clock. Thanks so much. Next time you're going to see me in the Oakleys, the Oakley Nerd Edition, and I will check you next time. Thank you for stopping by. All right, everybody, take it easy. Peace. Where's the thing? Jane, stop this crazy thing. Where's the stop? There it is. All right. See you guys.